Sylvia Hanover, just as she did last week, escapes to the outside now, and she brushes up alongside. And now by for the lead in deep stretch. It is Sylvia Hanover fighting on at the rail as Charleston Strong, poison in between his third. Sylvia Hanover into the final 16th, and it's Sylvia Hanover's crown. Sylvia Hanover wins again in 151 and 1/7 straight for Sylvia Hanover.
Sylvia Hanover trying once again on the outside. Charleston is diving down to the pylons. The three of them across the track with an eighth of a mile to come. Always be naughty at big odds. Sylvia Hanover, Charleston, Twin B Joe Fresh, Sylvia Hanover, and Charleston. It's Charleston narrowly, Twin B Joe Fresh, photo!
So we're here with Natasha and the two-time Breeders' Crown champ, Sylvia Hanover. Now, just when I say that, and I know you guys have had a nice long, what's it been, 48, 30 months, give or take? How long have you had her? About 2.5 years?
Since we bought her at Harrisburg yearling sale.
So
she's been with us, it'll be
coming up on 36 months. Yeah. So let's just go back to that sale from the beginning. Did you guys have her picked out? Was she on the list?
Mark and Sean had picked her out and mentioned her to Tony, and Tony really liked her pedigree and everything about her, and so Tony was like, yeah, let's do it. So that's how we got it to bring her home.
and then when the gavel slammed, who was thinking, two-time champ?
Nobody.
Okay, what did we like when you bought her? Was it just, hey, she's a good horse, we just want to add her to the stable and just another one?
We were hoping she was going to be, a nice horse. Her mother has produced quite a few nice horses on the pedigree, and we were just praying that, maybe this is, her next one.
Right.
But training her down, we didn't really think that at the time. And then
training her, why is that?
Because she's so lazy.
Well, I just think she's calculated. Let's just put it that she's not lazy. She's calculated.
She knows how to take care of herself.
Yes.
Let's put it that way.
Yes. She 2-year-old year. Man, her races were for us as fans. Quite excining.
Yes.
But for you, probably
you
probably aged 50 years watching every single race.
Actually, I've never watched her race.
Never watched her.
I've never personally watched her race. I only watch the replays and listen to how it goes because I get too nervous when she races.
You get too nervous. So thankfully her 2-year-old year was up in your home, right in your backyard.
Yeah, it was perfect. Yes.
And that sometimes it just works out like that. And that was another exciting. What an amazing race. The 2-year-old year.
Yep.
She was on the lead, then she wasn't, then it's a yo-yo seesaw effect of watching her race, and probably one of the best races we've seen.
Oh, for sure.
Generally in the Breeders' Crown. Of all of them, of all 470 we've got.
Yeah.
How many times do you watch that 2-year-old year back?
I watch all her races back.
All the time? All the time?
And still to this day, watching her race, I still get chills. It just, I don't know. She's just something so extraordinary.
Then we move on to her 3-year-old year.
Yep.
And it's really hard to, not that many horses in general, any division, filly pacers, trotters, colts, gelding, whatever it is, they don't come back at 3.
Right.
And she's in the rarefied air of coming back at 3 and probably being better.
Yep.
Not only just being okay, but she was better. She was a little bit more controllable.
Yep.
She didn't have those rookie kind of,
her learning experiences.
And then so now we had to travel all the way back, and she was the dominant force for 3-year-old year.
Yep, definitely.
And at what point were you starting to be comfortable with her being the best horse in the division? You knew people are coming after her. It's not just, is she gonna do good? It's no, you show up to the track and be like, this is the horse to beat.
This is the one everyone's scared of.
Yeah. When would you say that was about? Mid 3-year-old year?
I was a little worried with the first time we shipped her because we'd never shipped her from home before.
Okay, shipped her to where? Meadowlands?
Here. Okay. We came to Magical Acres, and we'd never, she'd never left home as a 2-year-old. So we were a little bit worried about how she would take the shipping down, the new place, everything was new to her. And so we were kind of stressing a tad bit just because we know how she is. But It didn't affect her any.
You were stressing way more unnecessarily.
Pretty much.
Typical mother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she's just like whatever.
Yeah. She's
And
like, I got this.
yeah, Mom, I'm okay, fine.
exactly.
You're worried about every little detail,
Yeah.
and she's just fine.
Yeah.
So you shipped her down here, and then you had to ship her to Hoosier and all all back to Canada. Shipped her all over the place.
And everything was good. She took to traveling really well. She obviously showed everybody that she was still the best horse around.
Yeah, and even that race was
her Breeders' Crown that year.
Wow, down to the wire.
Yeah.
A long stretch.
Yeah.
We know
she still didn't want them to get by her.
Yeah, we know that she never gives up.
No,
and that's
exactly.
probably her best trait.
Yeah.
And wow, another amazing finish.
Yes.
And people take the shots at her.
Yeah.
And it's hard, and that put her in again super. I think there's only 25.
I'll make it turn. Yep.
25 horses in general.
Yep.
That have won 2 crowns.
Okay.
And there's only and she's only one of I think 4 fillies
Yeah.
to do it.
Yep.
4 pacing fillies.
Yep.
So just shows in the 40 years she's in a special
category.
a very, very special
Yes,
category.
Exactly.
And so it's never happened. There has been like My Little Dragon,
Okay.
won her 2-year-old year, won her 3-year-old year. Her 4-year-old year she didn't, and then
Right.
she came back her 5-year-old year. There's
Right.
been other horses that have won a 2-year-old and come back to win the Open
Yep.
a couple times. So you're trying to chase history
Yes.
by going 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
There's only been a couple of horses in general, like Mac Lobel did 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
Chimpanzee went 2, 3, 4.
4.
So there's not that many that can go 2, 3, 4.
Right.
This year, she's run into an absolute buzzsaw
Yep.
in Twin B Joe Fresh, who she's beaten.
Yep.
Now, and it just shows like Sylvia's here,
Yep.
and Twin B Joe Fresh just took a little longer to get to that point.
Exactly. Yep. And she matured a little differently as a 4-year-old than what we did.
Exactly.
That's all it was.
But she's still one of the best horses in the
She's
game.
always going to be one of the best.
And she never stops. So like, how is this year, have you been able to relax? Knowing,
No.
hey, no, not at all. Like knowing we've still got an amazing horse,
Yep.
we've still got an all-timer,
Yep.
and now we've got competition.
Yep.
So you can't relax. You're just still.
You still have to be on top of your game.
Okay.
We got to make sure she's always on her game.
Okay.
Because we know her status.
Right.
We want to keep that.
Yeah.
And she'll always have that no matter what, especially to us. She's going to be one of the specialist horses we've ever had.
Right.
And
Well, that we just in general, we've as a sport have
yeah,
had.
exactly.
They
Yep.
don't do that.
No,
They don't do what
exactly.
she's done.
No, and that's why I said like it's just been an honor to get to take care of her and get to travel. I never would have seen all these racetracks and met all these people in this business that she has taken me to.
Yeah, exactly. Now going into the this final coming
Yep.
up, fortunately she drew the 9-hole.
Yes.
So, and Grace Hill, who's another Breeders' Crown champion,
Yes.
I'm actually trying to figure out, like, this is one of the most stacked Breeders' Crown fields we've ever had,
Right.
as far as with
of the
champion.
open mares. Yep.
Yeah. So, and this probably, in my opinion, I think it's kind of the main event.
I think you're right.
Like usually the open trot is a good main event, or 3-year-old colt trot, or
Yep.
3-year-old colt pace. 3-year-old colt pace is pretty good with Albano and
Right.
Mirage and Nijinsky.
Yep.
Like that's
they have a group of nice horses.
but they don't have the #1 ranked horse
No.
in the race, and they don't have a 2-time Breeders' Crown champion, and they don't have another Breeders' Crown champion in the race.
The open mares probably has the toughest group of mares right now in it.
Yeah.
And they're all honest mares.
And
Every single one of them.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
So this week, how have you been handling this week compared? Stressed. Well, compared to the other ones, like you've won these things before.
I know, and
Like,
it doesn't get easier.
It doesn't get easier. Okay.
It's the stress of making sure she's okay. I could care less if I was sick as a dog. I just don't want her to be sick.
Okay, right. So we're trying to make sure that
Exactly.
that she's
the main priority is her always.
Always. So are we like when can you sit back and enjoy the races? Is it a couple days after? Like
Once I leave the test barn,
okay.
I usually take her back, like she's all cooled out or wherever we are, and poultice her up, And then on the truck ride home, I turn the races on and I watch her replay.
Okay.
And that's when
you can take a break and kind of enjoy it. Be like, all right, look what we just did.
Exactly. This is what we did.
And I would say, I mean, we expect her to be right there at the end. She always fights to the end.
And she's going to be.
Yeah, she's going to be. We expect it. And I mean, again, there's been plenty of horses that easily win from the 9 and 10 post.
100%.
It's not a post anymore that people are worried about.
Yep.
It's the final. You got to bring your best foot forward.
You got it.
We do expect her to.
Yep.
And
I believe in her, so.
Yeah, I think we all do believe in her because she's definitely one of the nicest. And you brought this up. Okay, I visited you guys for her 2-year-old year. I visited her 3-year-old year.
3-year-old, yeah.
And you personally requested me to come out and visit her.
You're a lucky charm.
So I'm only taking, and we decided on like 22% credit I get? Yeah.
100%.
Okay, so
and
that
if she goes out and wins, we'll give you 30.
30% credit, not 30% of the purse.
No,
just 30% of the credit. Yeah. So I guess I'll have to take that. So a good, we're definitely looking forward to this amazing race, and we know she's going to put her best effort.
I'll probably be sick somewhere, but I mean it's all good.
Have you ever vomited the day of? Okay.
As her 2-year-old.
As a you went out and vomited. Okay.
Oh,
when she was on the track?
Retention day. Yes. So the day we were going to retention, and she was in there for the first time, I was a nervous wreck. I was just out of it, and I was so sick. Sean had to pull the car over so I could get sick. And I'm like, I don't think I can do this. I just can't do this. And Sean's like, you're fine. Let's go. And I'm like, no, but seriously, like, I was so sick that day. I was just so nerved up. It was unreal.
You know what? In the end, if you aren't getting a little bit nervous and a little bit nauseous, what are we here for?
You got it.
So Sylvia, give everybody a show on Saturday night. Do we know what race it is yet? I don't think we know what race it is yet.
I don't think so either. I'm not sure.
But so it's what we expect.
Exactly.
We expect the great Sylvia.
We're expecting
and
big things.
Years forward, right? I mean, do we have?
So it'll be determined after Saturday.
Okay. So Sylvia, go get them, and Natasha. Absolutely phenomenal job the last couple of years with her, and she's one of the best. Thank you.